my truck. Yay. Yay. So, the videos can resume. I would have shot in the International, but I had to have the windows down, and the driver's door had this god-awful road noise leak where the weather stripping was getting old. And I didn't want to fiddle with bad audio, and the fact that that truck was just so uncomfortable to drive. So uncomfortable. Alright, back to what I was saying. I got a phone call and it's interrupted. I kinda hate being back in my truck, but then I don't, mainly because I've just got used to driving that one, and now I'm back in this one, and I've got to refigure out my seat, my steering wheel, how I want to sit. Don't get me wrong, it's better, but like this seat doesn't feel right now, and the steering wheel doesn't feel right because of the angle I've got it at. It's just one of those things where like you hate not being in your truck because it's not your truck, but then you get back into it and you're like, nothing's the way I had it or wanted it, or it doesn't feel right. And now finally I'm off the Geotab my company uses, which is our ELD app for our phones. Back on the good old Qualcomm, which I figured they would have had me finish my day on the Geotab instead of switching back to my WorkCom, but they had me go back to the WorkCom. So today's going to be fun with keeping track of things. Like I'm keeping track of when I started. My Geotab was cool in the sense that it counted down your hours on the overview, but like when you're sitting there on your duty status, it counts up. Like the WorkCom does. The WorkCom counts up for your overall time, but it counts down your status time. Which it's a little annoying. Considering when I had the Qualcomm, everything was a countdown. It would say you have so many hours left on your 8, or so many hours left on your 11, so many hours left on your 12 on the side, and then your current duty status would do the automatic countdown. Now, with the OrbCom, it's got a drive time clock, a shift clock, and a cycle clock, and they're all counting up. Which I guess for the shift clock, it kind of helps keep track of how many hours you're using. But with your drive and your duty clock, I'd almost rather be able to look over and just see remainder instead of what I've used. But hey, what am I going to do? And then because of that truck swap, I'm about an hour and a half behind. Because it took me about 15 minutes to get off the interstate to the rider shop, and then probably another 15 minutes to get back to the interstate, and I was there probably 45 minutes just because I had to unhook the truck, or unhook the trailer, swap my stuff over, retrick the old truck, do my 12 minutes minimum duties, or pre-trip. Yeah. But hey, I'm just happy to be back in my truck with my bed. So hopefully I'll actually get some decent sleep. Because I don't know what it was about that truck, but I could not get any rest worth a damn. Like, I slept, and I slept decent, but I just, I never felt rested. Hey, I got my radio back so I can yell at people for being dumbasses again. So there's that. There's that little perk. And this Friday or tonight, whichever one I feel like doing, it's going to be fun because I got to go through and empty my fridge. Because all my food's bad now that I had in there that I had to leave. Which I'm guessing it's good at least that it was pre-made meals and not ingredients to make meals. Oh. I've only been on the road for not even 6 hours, and I already feel like the whole day's been running. If you're ever running 65 and you've got to cut over on 24 to Illinois, watch out for all these oversized loads that use this as a jump over point from 57. This weekend, I'm going to be going to my local hobby or RC park spot, and I'm going to be able to test out my my Temper Gen 2 that I modified. I put longer links on it and bigger axles. I've got a couple pictures I might throw up there. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to change some gearing. On the motor and the tranny. That's the pinion and the spur gear. I don't remember off the top of my head which one's which. But because of the portal axles, I lose wheel speed in the reduction. So I've got to adjust it so that I can get more wheel speed for when I need to like punch it. When I need that little like jump. Or I can change it from portal axles to just regular straight axles. But that's like another $100 in parts. Yeah, there'll be upgrade parts because they'll be metal opposed to plastic. But I could probably spend like $25 on a spur and pinion gear for right now and be in better shape. Though I need to buy probably some overdrive gears for both axles, or just overdrive the front. And when I do that, I gotta change out my spool for a lock diff
radio that I won't need to buy another radio like forever unless I wear it out or I break it, because the one I want to get will do like 30 receivers. And that's kind of why it's a little more expensive, because it's more than just a little circuit board with a frequency tuner on it. This one actually's got like a little computer in it where you can set different receivers and label them: this truck, this truck, this truck, this boat, this car, this construction equipment. Definitely be the one that I'd have to have if I ever make my semi, which I'd love to get into the semi trucks and the heavy equipment, because they're scaled better to each other, where a 10 scale truck looks like a giant truck compared to the 114 semi. Though, like the 124ths and the 118ths are probably more to scale for the 114th semi. So my TRX4M Bronco would probably go really good with that truck, with like a step deck. Yeah, I'd love to get. I think it'd be a King Hauler or a Hauler King or something like that. Because Tamiya never licensed Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner. They never licensed those names, so they just made the trucks that looked like those, but they called them like the King Hauler, the Long Haul, names like that. I'd love to get one and do it up and do it like the YouTube trucker semi, and then have a drive-in and just kind of get all the logos and stuff put on the side of it. Load after another over here. And it's 57 degrees in the beginning of May. This is May 2nd. It's Tuesday. Well, I ain't got much else to say right now, and the more I'm talking, the more I'm yawning, so I will be back.